If I were to die tomorrow, there is one single thing I wished I would be remembered for. And it is not my videos, it is not my art, and it's not even for being the sexiest sport player, even though I am. It is my undying love for my favorite dinosaur, Lurdusaurus. And today, I'm gonna talk all about it. It's not gonna be your typical fun fact video diving into the history of the discovery of a dinosaur, and more of a journey into me. We're gonna get all deep in me today. We're gonna go so deep inside. But rather, my experience with absolutely loving this dinosaur, and why I often confidently say I am the #1 Lurdusaurus fan. Before we get to the actual video though, a little bit of a disclaimer. The topics I'm gonna go into may be a little triggering for some people, so be warned, it's not gonna be a completely silly video like you would normally expect from me. It's gonna get real, yeah. So for a little bit of a background, it all started during the pandemic years. I had just moved cities and lost a friend group I felt comfortable in, which was absolutely heartbreaking. I was super shy and mostly antisocial, so getting along with everyone who was new was difficult, and not to mention that the whole virus going on didn't help either. In fact, I actually got the virus myself, which I assume is why my mind just felt so foggy at the time. All the people who I really had were my parents, which I never felt too comfortable really speaking to on a much deeper level, and my cat, who unfortunately passed away that year, 2 weeks before my uncle had a heart attack, and 5 weeks after one of my favorite cousins hung herself. This was definitely one of my lowest times of my life. And day by day, I felt like I didn't have much that made me want to keep going, which was a really, really scary feeling. But randomly one day, I came across the game Beasts of Bermuda. Now, I have really strong feelings towards this game nowadays, as I wouldn't play it at all anymore. Especially after they changed the Lurdusaurus model and got rid of everything that made it not only accurate, but also just everything I liked about the creature. But more on to that later. No hate if you like it, but what kept me hooked on that game was the addition of the dinosaur Lurdusaurus, which I already knew at the time, but I grew so fond of over time playing it because I could just see myself in that dinosaur so much. It looked like what was already my favorite dinosaur at the time, Iguanodon, but it was so much more awkward. It was really chubby, it had this long ass neck, surprisingly a good swimmer, and it was just really heavy and awkward, and every single one of those characteristics I could say about myself, at least at the time when I was very chubby and felt very insecure about how I looked. There was this sense of belonging that I felt when looking at this dinosaur, and I just grew to absolutely love it to this day. It's like looking at me as a dinosaur, you know? And even as I did grow older, I still see myself in that dinosaur, having a long ass neck, being pretty heavy and dense, even though much less fatter than I was now. Surprisingly a good swimmer in real life, yes. And although it's gonna sound just so insanely silly to say this, I feel like it gave me reason to keep going. I really don't want to pull the corniest line of all time and say that Lurdusaurus kept me from crossing the line, but to be fair, it did. Thinking about this dinosaur when I was at my absolute darkest time would immediately put me in a better mental place, somewhere where I felt happy just thinking about this dinosaur. I know, it does sound very stupid, and to be fair, I'm actually just a little bit scared of posting this video, afraid that I'm just gonna get absolutely cooked in the comments, you know, Lil Blood didn't kill, Lil Blood's I mean, yeah, it's stupid. I feel like that's the beauty of life. Sometimes you can find something that might be so stupid to everyone else, but to you, it's that reason to keep pushing. So my message for you on this video is, there is always something you can find worth living for. And if you feel like you're at that place where you struggle to find that something, don't be scared to keep looking for it. It might be something super silly, but it doesn't have to make sense for everyone else. Just to you. At the end of the day, what matters most is that you stick around. And this is why Hipposaurus, Lurdusaurus, the fat fuck, whatever you want to call this dinosaur, is my favorite of all time. I don't think there will ever be another dinosaur I love as much as this one. And to be quite frank, I don't think there's anyone who's ever going to love this dinosaur as much as I do. You may argue, but listen, he's literally me. Anyway.